A lot of people in the room, you need more space. Voila, right into the wall. Wow.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the funniest sitcoms of all time. For this list, we're only including live action shows, so no animated series.
I got a big plow and I'll move a lot of things.
Stop.
Like your cow if you have one.
Number 10, Community. To follow this meta-minded sitcom was to live in a constant state of dread.
You guys, can we put a pin in the B story and focus on the A story?
I don't trust A stories. Never have, never will. I had a setup about a story that was so placeholder, the punchline came 5 words early.
Ratings weren't great, and several times it seemed like it was on the chopping block. But this is a show that was always reinventing itself.
I don't want to stop. We're airing out all this dirty laundry. After that, we'll stop fighting forever.
Am I the only one that remembers our horrible camping trip?
It went from being about a sturdy group of misfits at a community college to a surreal pop culture pastiche filled with quirky non sequiturs. Unafraid to be completely nonsensical and blisteringly self-aware, Community more than earned its cult status.
Okay, starting on my left with 1, your number comes up, you go.
Just so you know, Jeff, you were now creating 6 different timelines.
Of course I am, Abed.
With its mix of showbiz veterans, seasoned pros, and a few new faces, the talent on display is something truly special. Number 9, The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Even forgetting its groundbreaking premise about a single career woman whose primary goal wasn't to get married, The Mary Tyler Moore Show is still must-see TV.
Mary, the party's going great. I know. I can't believe it. Just great. It's the best party you ever gave. I mean, it's 9 o'clock and everybody's still here.
Part workplace sitcom, part buddy comedy, it followed Mary Richards, an associate producer on the country's zaniest evening newscast. The cast turned out to be so likeable that 3 of them went on to star in their own successful spin-offs. For 7 seasons, the flagship show was one of the funniest ever.
You feel like laughing, don't you? Don't try to hold it back. Go ahead, laugh out loud.
Pushing past boundaries of feminism that previous shows merely tapped at. Mary and company showed that being an absolute goofball could be revolutionary.
And I'm afraid I'm going to have to let the rest of you guys go. See, now, I'm not a guy. Well, I'm not.
Number 8, Arrested Development. The Bluths are a family who lost everything, and watching them flail while their previously cushy life is systematically stripped away from them is comedy gold.
So, I'm gonna go see Dad, because this is my business to run now.
Your business?
Hey!
What Arrested Development did so well was create these climactic set pieces where all of its impossibly convoluted and unhinged subplots would suddenly connect.
That's why you wanted me to give T-Bone a job to pay him back for burning down the storage unit?
Michael, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I'm not hiring him. Well, we don't have the money, Pop.
Always money in the banana stand.
Coincidences, callbacks, and unexpected references to previous jokes and events were this show's bread and butter. Watching it was almost like a game of I Spy, as visual gags could be happening in the background at any moment, and any single frame had more meme potential than any other show.
And the hand chair! I had one in my room. I wonder where that went.
It went right there.
Well, I never thought I'd miss a hand so much.
Number 7, The Jeffersons. Norman Lear developed this all-in-the-family spin-off after members of the Black Panthers expressed their displeasure at the way black families were depicted on TV. The Jeffersons followed the recurring characters from Queens to a luxurious high-rise in Manhattan's Upper East Side.
Now, just because we are moving up is no reason why we have to look down on people. I'm not telling you to look down on nobody. I'm just saying to shift your angle and let them start looking up to you.
Much of the show's humour is based on the unique class situation its main characters find themselves in.
Don't mind me, go right ahead.
What are you doing here?
I'm on your side. I'm behind you 100%.
George Jefferson's judgmental posturing and strutting was perfectly counterbalanced by his sensible and grounding wife Louise, affectionately known as Wheezy. Many episodes find George contending with his own self-importance, which his wife, son, in-laws, and housekeeper Florence are constantly keeping in check.
Florence doesn't look too good. She never looks good. I mean, I hope she's watching the dinner. Oh, damn. Florence! What about the turkey?
Don't worry, Turkey. There's plenty for you.
Number 6, Parks and Recreation. Talk to a lot of fans, and they will tell you this satirical mockumentary needed some time to find its footing. After a lackluster first season, the artists behind Parks and Recreation took some feedback and retooled the tone. It became warmer and far more funny as a result.
What's 5,000 times better than a candle in the wind?
This song is called 5,000 Candles in the Wind.
By the end of its run, it was rare if you could get through an episode without crying with laughter.
Now I'm hot. Now it's really hot in here.
Okay, well, that's your fever.
Leslie, I typed your symptoms into the thing up here, and it says you could have network connectivity problems.
Characters like Ron Swanson had entered the public lexicon, and Leslie Knope's irrepressible optimism was almost aspirational. As far as its popularity, even if you've never seen it, you've seen memes from it. Number 5, The Golden Girls. Before there was Carrie, Samantha, Miranda and Charlotte, there was Dorothy, Blanche, Rose and Sophia.
One over. Enema bag? To the right. Didn't you grip? Condoms, Rose! Condoms, condoms, condoms!
It's hard to overstate just how out of place a show about 4 women over the age of 50 was in the mid-1980s. What was truly remarkable about The Golden Girls, though, was just how reliably and gut-bustingly funny it was.
Saw Blanche give Kendall Nesbitt her key. She was furious. She dropped a steak knife into her purse.
Big deal, I took a whole place in.
Not now!
Its 4 characters shot off one-liners at a bracing pace, and its writers consistently found new and surprising ways of playing off the ladies' established traits. You always knew what flavour of joke was coming, and sometimes it was the anticipation of the joke about Rose's stupidity or Blanche's popularity with men that made it even funnier.
Oh, come on now, we may be from different generations, but some things never change. Love is love, period.
Number 4, The Office. Told in mockumentary style, The Office revolves around a particularly insane group of co-workers at Dunder Mifflin Paper Company Incorporated.
It was only a simulation. What? Fire. Not real. This was merely a training exercise. So, what have we learned? Oh, come on. It's not real, Stanley.
Through office pranks, ridiculous meetings, and heart attack-inducing fire drills, we get to know the dysfunctional staff and their somewhat incompetent supervisor, Michael Scott.
Dundee!
The waitress tripped on the cord.
All right, joke landed. So we are here. Thank you all for coming to the 2005 Dundee Awards.
Even the characters who act like they're above the antics are often revealed to be just as down to clown. It's so funny that even common sitcom subplots, like will they or won't they romances and disastrous dinner parties, seem like they've never been done before.
Can you just simmer down?
No,
Seriously.
I was making people laugh.
No.
Yes, I was watching Jim's face.
I was watching Jim.
And he was laughing.
No.
Look, he's
smile.
Look at him. He's laughing.
Although never quite as dark as the British show it was based on, it has plenty of offensive moments to go around. Number 3, All in the Family. When we think of shows that wouldn't be made today, this Norman Lear classic usually tops the list. Despite its leading character's apparent bigotry, the show was written with a left-wing bent that always managed to make him look like a fool.
And if you were prejudiced, you would, like some people, close their eyes to what's going on in this great country that we live in. But not you, Archie. Your eyes are wide open. You can tell the difference between black and white.
Adapted from a British sitcom, All in the Family is a distinctly American show, facing off against the most pressing issues of 1970s America. Viewers might be shocked at just how prescient and relevant it still is. What made it work was that the makers' desire to educate us never overpowered their duty to entertain us.
I didn't have no million people out there marching and protesting to get me my job.
No, his uncle got it for him.
Watching the working-class Bunker family stumble their way through sticky ideological territory made it seem possible to confront the same issues in our own homes.
Are you waiting for a special invitation? I said breakfast is on the table.
I heard you. So did every moose up in Canada.
Number 2, Seinfeld. Rather than concentrating on social issues or even the relationships of its characters, Seinfeld was like a stand-up comedy bit taken to its extreme.
There's too much urinary freedom in this society. I'm proud to hold it in. It builds character.
Bookended by Seinfeld's in-universe stand-up routines, the episodes focused on the quirks of everyday social interactions and conventions. Its cast of hilarious yet morally bankrupt characters were like the original poster children of letting the intrusive thoughts win.
You eat it, say thank you very much, wipe your mouth, walk away. I give you $50.
They acted out our worst impulses and made us laugh precisely because they would do and say the things we feel guilty for even thinking. The creation of star Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David, the show's ethos and aesthetic still live on in memes and many of the shows that came after.
The question is, are you still master of your domain?
I'm queen of the castle.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Friends. They made being in your 20s look so fun.
His name was...
Maurice!
Correct. His profession was...
Oh, Space Cowboy!
Correct. What is Chandler Bing's job?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This long-running sitcom seems to set a new bar for unhinged comedy with every season.
You're a master of karate and friendship for everyone.
Stage freeze. Don't say stage freeze, just do it.
30 Rock, a weekly celebration of eccentric characters and bad TV from the mind of Tina Fey.
Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, everybody, and I know what this crowd's giving thanks for. Estate tax reform.
Abbott Elementary. Impeccable casting and chemistry make this workplace comedy a new classic.
We need to get to the bottom of this. You know what? I bet you I could get a shoe print. Did you clean your desk off yet? No.
Nasty.
Okay, does anybody know shoes?
Schitt's Creek. You'll remember the experience and you'll remember the name.
Nobody knew where you were, and your phone was off?
I texted Alexis.
I'm sorry for not responding to like one text, David.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, I Love Lucy. It's not just that it literally was the blueprint for half-hour television comedy.
Fine, you're doing splendidly. Speed it up a little!
It's that, even after all these years, Lucy Ricardo is still one of the funniest characters ever created. From her increasingly desperate attempts to get into her husband Ricky's nightclub act, to her attempts to strike out on her own, Lucy lived more fully than most people could in a lifetime.
I tell you what you have to do. You have to take a whole tablespoonful after every meal.
Even the things Lucille Ball couldn't do well herself became great comedy. She was always helped along by a group of stunning and game co-stars who could level up the chaos, madness, and confusion at the drop of a hat. What sitcom made you laugh the hardest? Let us know in the comments.
But they shot him into a tree. After that, no other herring would do it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.